But just a minute, we're going to toss to Abuja. We've got Comrade Mark Adebayo, who is the co-national spokesperson, Coalitions for United Political Parties, that's the CUPP. They're supposed to release a document. INEC is supposed to release, they told us last week, they were supposed to release this final copy of the 2019 election guidelines. And political parties, some of them have been kicking on this matter. So, Mr. Adebayo, has the party's position changed on this matter? Are you aware that, look, INEC is still going ahead to release this as they told us? And if they do, what will you do?
Thank you so much, Chamberlain. Our position has not changed. We still insist that the chairman of INEC told the part of reasoning, told the part of honor, told the part of legality and constitutionalism by ensuring that all critical stakeholders, especially the political parties, are involved in the final outcome of the guidelines for the 2019 general elections. So there's no way we can change our position when an illegality is about to be committed. We cannot change our position when something that is anti-democratic is about to be committed. So if he goes ahead to release the guidelines to the public, as against our wise counsel, then for now we are taking steps to take legal actions on that today. He has said he was going to release the guidelines today, but we have said that we are not going to change our position. He cannot release those things. Now, let me take one huge element of that of the guidelines that the chairman of INEC is saying that he will release. That is the CUPP. That is continuous accreditation and voting system. That allows you, a voter to get to the polling booth, accredit and vote at the same time. But if you look at the sections 8, 9, and 10 of those guidelines, you will see a terrible democratic faux pas in those guidelines. There's a booby trap. One of which is that you can get to, if you get to a polling booth as the authentic voter whose name is on the voters register, but you get there, you discover that somebody had impersonated you and voted and left the polling booth. You are able to prove, if you are able to prove that you are the authentic owner of the PVC, you also be allowed to vote. That makes 2 votes per for one PVC. That is not. There's no way. There's no commonsensical reason for that anybody will allow that to happen. That allows for rigging. That allows for inconsistencies in the electoral processes, and that allows for terrible abuse of the electoral process. That's what we are saying. I mean, if you don't know the number of accredited voters ahead of voting, how do you determine over voting? How do you determine under voting? How do you determine who has scored a larger number of votes than the other? That is, I mean, what we are trying to do is to help INEC. What you are actually doing is to assist INEC to do its job better. It is not done. There is no history behind these CUPPs, this continuous accreditation and voting system. There's no history behind it in terms of the democratic and historical development of Nigeria. You will accredit and go. Everybody will have been able to understand, to know the number of accredited voters, so that you'll be able to determine if there is overvoting or undervoting. You'll be able to determine who gets what, who does not get what. But in a situation whereby you get to the
if you let me just come in here
and vote at the same time.
My apologies. If you just allow me to come in here, just so that I can get some questions through to you. INEC said that it consulted with just about every other political party before they came out with this guidelines. Are you saying that you were not part of the process that brought about the ultimate document for the guidelines?
That wasn't true. That is not true. The political parties were not involved and were not informed about these guidelines. What happened was that the guidelines were just given to the political parties. There were no prior discussions. There is an umbrella body of all political parties in Nigeria. It does not matter whether you're in government or in the opposition. That is the Interparty Advisory Council. That is the one that even INEC itself sponsors and supports for its activities. So the best thing for INEC that INEC should have done was to have invited IPAC and have these discussions with all the political parties, and so that they can make input into these guidelines. INEC and political parties are co-stakeholders in the democratic process of Nigeria. So both the INEC and political parties are working for the people. So the people who are the most critical stakeholders are looking up to INEC, which is the main AMB, the electoral management body in Nigeria, and the political parties to be able to give them the information that will be helpful to them in terms of voting at the elections.
Welcome back, Comrade Adebayo. Tell us then, what if at the end of the day, INEC actually factors some of the new considerations that political parties have raised in the final release of the guidelines today?
Oh, that would be great. That would be great for us. You know, the thing is that both of us, the political parties and the INEC, are working towards, having a very good, free, fair, and credible election. So if the INEC chairman decides to still listen and call us to a round table for a discussion and to include all these concerns and to be able to, remove some of these things that we are opposed to. I mean, it will be good for everybody. Everybody wants a free, fair, and credible and peaceful election. Peaceful is very, very important. Underlined, it's very, very important. We don't want a situation whereby we run our democracy into a cul-de-sac. It is important that INEC realizes the fact that we are helping it to do a good job of the 2019 general election. That is, you can see the polity is under very serious volatility. We want to do our best to make sure we reduce whatever tension that will come out of it. Yeah,
but you say you're helping INEC to do a good job. Why are you then going to court? Why are you trying to force your help down their throat? What if they say, no, thanks, but no thanks, I can do this?
That is because the INEC is trying to force these rules upon us and upon Nigerians. And it is unacceptable. We are saying that we want all loopholes to be plugged. We don't want any loopholes for rigging. If you say people should accredit and vote at the same time, that is recipe for rigging. And we are saying that allow people to accredit from maybe 8 o'clock to 11 o'clock or 11:30. Let proper voting commence by 12, maybe up to maybe 5 or 6 or 6 p.m. So by that, it will not be having issues of overvoting or undervoting. And if a situation whereby you accredit and vote at the same time, nobody will be able to determine whether there was overvoting or there was undervoting or there was no voting at all whatsoever. So even there will be some polling booth that nobody will go there and people they can just write results. These are the things, and INEC has to be very careful because it has been alleged that it has been positioned to run this election, the current election, the 2019 election, to favor the incumbent. That is why they must pay attention to every objection raised. They must pay attention to every advice given. They must be able to ensure that they come back to the round table with the political parties to arrive at a mutually agreeable set of guidelines that will favor Nigerians and our country as a nation. That is what we are saying. We are not forcing our advice upon them. But we have to make one thing clear. The fact that INEC has regulatory authority over the political parties and the electoral process in Nigeria does not mean that they have a dictatorial power to do whatever they want, to do whatever they like. No, we are the stakeholders. Without political parties, INEC will not be there.
All right, Mr. Adebayo.
This is what should be done. This is what is right. We are the ones speaking to the electorate and the people.
All right, then, we hear you. Comrade Mark Adebayo is the co-national spokesperson, Coalition of United Political Parties. Thank you for talking to us today on the program. So there you go. That's the show today. We thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm Chamberlain Uso.
I'm Gimba Umar.
And I'm Neo Taigbe. Bye-bye.
The views and opinions expressed by guests on this program are those of the maker and do not reflect the views, opinions, and endorsement of Channels Television.